Picture this. You've crossed the line into your 40s, and suddenly the mirror feels a little more honest. Maybe the years have stacked up some wins, but also some scars, missed chances, faded dreams, or relationships that shifted in ways you didn't expect. We've all felt that quiet question creep in. What now? But here's the thing. After 40 isn't the end of the story. It's where the real story begins. Today, we're turning to Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled an empire and wrestled his own soul to find 9 lessons that light the way forward. These aren't just words from a dusty scroll. They're sparks to ignite self-control, resilience, growth, and connection in this next chapter of our lives. We're on this journey together, digging into wisdom that hits harder after 40, when we've seen enough to know what matters. Before we dive in, let's make sure this reaches everyone who's ready for it. Hit that like button, tap the notification bell. It's a small nudge to tell YouTube we're uncovering something worth sharing. Ready? Let's step into these lessons and build a life that's not just lived, but mastered. 1. Master your mind. Marcus once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." After 40, we've learned the world doesn't always bend to our plans. Jobs shift, bodies ache, people drift. But here's our power. We choose what fills our heads. That argument with a friend, that bill that blindsided us. It's not the event that defines us, it's what we do with it. Next time life swings, pause. Take a breath. Ask, what can I steer here? Maybe it's just your attitude, your next word. That's enough. We're not chasing control of everything, just the one thing that's ours, our mind. That's where strength starts. 2. Embrace life's wrestling match. And strength matters because the years teach us grit. Marcus said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." By 40, we've been in the ring, knocked down by choices we'd redo, losses we didn't see coming. But every bruise is a teacher. That time you rebuilt after a setback or stood up when no one else did. That's the wrestler in you. Life after 40 isn't about dodging the hits, it's about learning the ropes. We don't crumble when the mat's hard. We rise, tougher, wiser, ready for the next round. Together, we're not just surviving, we're mastering the fight. 3. Build yourself through action. Then there's growth, which shifts after 40. Marcus put it this way: waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. We've spent years wondering, am I enough? Should I be more? Now's the time to stop asking and start doing. Want to be steady? Hold your temper today. Want to be wise? Listen more than you speak. It's not about grand promises, it's about small moves that stack up. After 40, we've got the mileage to know what works. Let's use it. We're not chasing some perfect self. We're carving out the real one, step by step, right here. 4. Stay steady amid others' flaws. Relationships hit different now too. Marcus wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." After 40, we've seen it all. Friends who faded, family who test us, co-workers who clash. But here's the gold. We don't have to fix them. We steady ourselves. When someone snaps or drifts, we don't spiral. We nod, we breathe, we let it pass. It's not cold, it's clear. Our peace isn't theirs to shake. Together, we're learning to stand tall, no matter who's in the room. 5. Bear the weight silently. And when the weight piles up, Marcus had this: if it's endurable, then endure it. Don't complain. By now we've carried plenty. Health dips, plans that fizzled, days that dragged. Complaining feels good for a minute, but it doesn't lift the load. So try this next time. When the car breaks down or the news stings, bear it. Stand in it. Not because it's fun, but because we're built for it. After 40, we've got the scars to prove we can handle more than we thought. We're not whining our way through. We're enduring, growing roots deep enough to hold. 6. See the full picture. Then there's perspective, sharper now than ever. Marcus said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." After 40, we've cried over spilled chances, but here's the shift. It's all part of the ride. That job you lost, that love that faded. It's not the whole story, just threads in it. Zoom out with me. See how the highs and lows weave together. We're not stuck on one snag. We're holding the bigger picture, richer for every tear. This isn't giving up. It's growing up, seeing life for what it is, and loving it anyway. 7. Rely on your people. Connection keeps us grounded too. Marcus wrote, "We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes. After 40, we know who's real, the ones who stayed, who lifted us when we couldn't stand. Lean into them now. Call that friend you've missed. Help someone who's struggling. It's not soft, it's strong. We've learned alone doesn't win. Together does. Our people aren't just comfort. They're our backbone. We rise higher when we hold each other up, and after 40, we've got the heart to do it right." 8. Turn obstacles into paths. Purpose sharpens with age too. Marcus said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That wall you hit, the divorce, the career stall, it's not a dead end. It's a map. After 40, we've got the eyes to see it. That tough talk you avoided? Face it now and grow. That dream you shelved? Dust it off and move. We don't wait for easy paths. We turn the hard ones into ours. Together, we're not stopped by blocks. We're shaped by them, stronger for every push. 9. Find joy within. Finally, Marcus leaves us with this. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It's all within yourself, in your way of thinking. After 40, we've chased enough, money, status, stuff, to know it's not the answer. Happiness isn't out there, it's here. Shift your lens with me. That quiet coffee this morning, savor it. That small win today, own it. We've got the years to see what's real, and it's less than we thought. We're not hunting perfect. We're building joy with what's in our hands right now. Here we stand, 9 lessons deep, with Marcus Aurelius as our guide after 40. We've found power in our minds, grit in our bones, growth in our steps, and peace in our hearts. This isn't just philosophy. It's our playbook for the years ahead. I challenge you. Pick one of these today and live it. Feel it change you. Then come back. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, drop a comment, share your story, your strength, even your stumbles. If you're still here, just type "After 40 Strong" below. Let's keep this going, lifting each other into a life that's not just lived, but mastered. Here's to thriving. Stay stoic. Be steady, be strong, be stoic.